Okay, so let us see here. In this class we will discuss about transportation problem. So what is meant by transportation problem is, so the main use of transportation problem is we have to minimize the cost of transportation of goods from one place to from different places to different destinations. Okay, now coming here, so what is meant by transportation problem is, so transportation problem is a special class of linear programming problem, so which the objective is to transport a single good from the various sources to the different destinations at a minimum total cost, nothing but, so we are, let us take a company, so in this company we are having different production units. So let us take the production units are called as origins, where the products are to be produced. So let us see below this definition we are having a table. In this table we are having a origins. So below the origin we are having a O1, O2, O3, O4 and O5. So these are the origins where the products are to be, or nothing but goods are to be produced. Next, coming to the destinations, so where the products are to be transported. Okay na? So let us take the destinations are D1, D2, D3 and D4, like that. So we can take the destinations as D1, D2, D3, D4. So next, if you go for capacity, so capacity is nothing but, so the number of goods produced by the origin O1 or O2 or O3 or O4 and O5 can be written here. So let us take the origin O1 can be produced B1 number of goods. So origin O2 can be produced B2 number of goods. Next, origin O3 can be produced B3 number of goods. Origin O4 can be produced B4. Like that, origin O5 also can produce B5 number of goods. So let us take similarly we are having a requirement. So requirement nothing but, so the destination D1 having a requirement of small d1. Okay, so the total requirement for the destination capital D1 is taken as small d1. Similarly for destination capital D2 is taken as d2. Similarly small d3 and d4 for destinations for d3 and d4. Okay, like this. So we can create a table. So by taking a problem we can find out number of origins and number of destinations. Depending upon that we can create a table. So by this table we can create a linear programming problem. Okay, so let us see here origins in the next page. Okay, coming to see here, so we are prepared a table here. So in this table, so these are the origins. So what are origins? O1, O2, O3, O4 and O5. So what are origins? So where the products are to produce are nothing but called as origins. And what is meant by destinations? So where the products can be transported or will be transported from different origins to different destinations. Nothing but from origin O1 we can transport a product to destination D1. Similarly to D2, D3 and D4, the origin can be transported goods from D1 to D4. Similarly origin O2, O3, O4, O5 also can produce goods, and these goods are transported to the different destinations D1, D2, D3 and D4. Okay, so the origin O1 can produce is number of goods of B1. That means the maximum products can be produced by origin O1 is D1. Similarly, the number of goods produced by the origin O2 is small b2. So like that, the origin O3, O4 and O5 can produce a maximum capacity of B3, B4, B5. Okay. So coming to see here, C11. What is meant by C11? So C11 is nothing but the transportation cost of 1 unit to transport a good from O1 to D1. That means we have to transport a goods from O1 to D1, but it is having some cost. That cost is taken as C11. So to transport one good from O1 to D1, it is taken as a cost of C11. Similarly, C12 is nothing but, so it is the transportation of good from origin O1 to D2. So like that we are having C13, C14, next C21. C21 also is nothing but, so the transportation cost of origin from origin O2 to the destination D1. That means we have to transport a good from origin O2 to D1 with a cost of C21 for one single good. like that. C22, C23, C24, C31, like that we can take any values up to C54. All these C values are nothing but the transportation cost from origins to the destinations for one single good only. Next, coming to the see here, x11, x12, x13, x14, x21, x22, x23, x24, like that, x51, x52, x53, x54. These are the number of goods transported from particular origin to particular destination. Let us take x23, nothing but, so the number of goods transported from origin O2 to destination D3 is x23, nothing but the total number of goods transported from origin O2 to D3 is x23. Similarly, if you take x42, this is also nothing but the number of goods transported from origin O4 to the destination D2 is x42, like that. So all these x values are related to the number of goods transported from different origins to different destinations. Okay na? So next, see here, Cij. What is meant by Cij? So already I said C11, C12, all that is only telling here. Okay na? Cij is nothing but cost of transporting 1 unit of good from source I to destination J. Nothing but we are transporting a good from any one of the origin to any one of the destination. That transportation cost is taken as Cij. Okay na? Where I is nothing but I equal to 1 to I equal to 5. Next, J is nothing but destinations from D1 to D4, from 1 to 4 J. Similarly, Xij is nothing but the number of units to be transported from I to J. Number of units or number of goods can be to be transported from origin I to destination J. Okay, where number of rows is equal to taken as M. Number of rows is nothing but O1, O2, O3, O4 and O5 are the rows. How many rows we are having? 5 rows. Similarly, number of columns is taken as small n. That is equal to how many columns we are having? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So is equal to written as 4. So before starting the problem, we have to check whether the total capacity is equal to total requirement or not. Okay na? The sum of capacity is equal to the sum of requirement. Then only we can solve the problem. Okay na? Otherwise we have to make this capacity is equal to the requirement. Total capacity is equal to the total requirement. Total capacity is equal to total requirement. So what is total capacity? B1 plus B2 plus B3 plus B4 plus B5. So that is the total capacity, B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. Similarly, what is the total requirement? D1 plus D2 plus D3 plus D4. So this total requirement is equal to the total capacity. So that is written here in this form. D1 plus D2 plus D3 plus D4 is equal to B1 plus B2 plus B3 plus B4 plus B5. So if this equation is solved, then only we can solve the problem. Okay na? So and we have to convert this table into a linear programming problem. So how to convert this table into a linear programming problem? So let us see this one, converting the transportation problem into a linear programming problem. So how to convert in this linear programming problem? What are the three main components we are having? One is the objective function, second one is the set of constraints, and third one is the set of constraints and non-negativity constraints. So these three components should be must and should for the linear programming problem. So how to get this from a transportation problem? Okay na? So what is the main aim of this transportation problem? To minimize the transportation cost. For that, the objective function should be written as minimize. Why we are writing minimize here? Nothing but so we have to reduce the transportation cost. Reducing nothing but we have to minimize the objective. So that's why we are written as minimize. The objective function should be indicated as z is equal to sigma I equal to 1 to m sigma j equal to 1 to n xij into cij. So where x is nothing but number of goods and c is nothing but transportation cost for one good. So then the total cost of all goods transported from various origins to various destinations is equal to the total cost. So that total cost should be the minimized value. So that is written in the form of a equation here. This is the objective function should be in minimized condition. Next, we have to frame a set of constraints. How to frame a set of constraints? So if you see this table, x11, x12, x13 and x14, these are the goods transported from origin O1 to destination D1, D2, D3, D4. That means from origin O1 to D1, how many number of goods transported? X11. Similarly, from origin O1 to D2, X12. From O1 to D3, X13. From O1 to D4, X14. Nothing but the total number of goods transported from O1 is X11 plus X12 plus X13 plus X14. And the total capacity for the origin O1 is B1. Nothing but the number of goods transported from O1 is equal to the total capacity of that origin. So that is written in the form of a equation. X11 plus X12 plus X13 plus X14 is equal to B1. This is number of goods transported from origin O1 to D1, origin O1 to D2, O1 to D3, O1 to D4 is equal to the total capacity of that origin is B1. Similarly, we can frame the remaining 4 equations here. So x21 plus x22 plus x23 plus x24 is equal to B2 from the same table. So origin O2 should be transported the goods from O2 to D1, x21, D2, D2, x22, to D3, x23, next D4, x24, x21 plus x22 plus x23 plus x24 equal to B2. Similarly, third equation is x31 plus x32 plus x33 plus x34 is equal to B3. Like this, the remaining 2 equations also framed here. Okay, up to x51 plus x52 plus x53 plus x54 is equal to B5. So these are the rows we have taken in the table. Similarly, we have to take the columns in the table. So columns x11 plus x21 plus x31 plus x41 plus x51 is equal to D1. So that is written in the next equation. X11 plus x21 plus x31 plus x41 plus x51 is equal to D1. Remaining 3 columns will be written here. Okay, na? x12 plus x22 plus x32 plus x42 plus x52 is equal to D2. So like this, we can frame a set of equations. Next, what is the last component we are having in the linear programming problem? Set of non-negativity constraints. Set of non-negativity constraints. So among these variables, among these values, so what are the variables we are having? X values. X values should be only the variables. Remaining values C11, C12, C13 are the cost of transportation. So these are always constant. Okay, na? So mostly we can change the variables only. These are the variables we can take. X11, X12. So these should be more than, greater than or equal to 0. So that is taken as set of non-negative constraints. Is taken as Xij greater than or equal to 0. So like this, we can convert a transportation problem into a linear programming problem by getting the linear objective functions, next linear constraints and set of non-negativity constraints. Okay, na? So we had prepared a linear programming problem by using this table. Okay, next, so how to solve the transportation problem? Coming to see here, so this is the procedure to solve the transportation problem. So the transportation problem consists of 5 steps to solve the problem. What is the first step? Balancing the given transportation problem, that is making capacity is equal to the requirement. This is the first step. So to solve the transportation problem, we are having a transportation algorithm. This is having 5 steps. In this 5 steps, the first step is we have to balance the transportation problem. How we can balance the transportation problem? Making capacity is equal to the requirement. That means the sum of capacity is equal to the sum of requirement. That is D1 plus D2 plus D4 is equal to B1 plus B2 plus B3 plus B4 plus B5 and రాసాం కదా ఒక ఈక్వేషన్. see this equation, this is the balancing the transportation problem. This is the first step, we have to check, otherwise we have to balance it. And coming to the next step, what is the second step? Obtaining the initial basic feasible solution. So how to get the initial basic feasible solution? There are mainly three methods. They are, first one is northwest corner rule, and second one is or inspection method, and third one is Ojol's approximation method. So these are the three methods. So by using these three methods, we can get a initial basic feasible for a transportation problem. Next, after getting the initial basic feasible solution, we have to go for testing the optimality of this initial basic feasible solution. So to test this optimality condition for the initial basic feasible solution, there are mainly two important methods. Those are stepping stone method and modified distribution method. So by using these two methods, we can get the optimality solution by using stepping stone or modified distribution method. So after completing the third step, again we go for next step. What is the next step we are having? See, this is the next step. So here, what is the fourth step? If the solution is not optimal, that means after completing the solution, we have to, that means after completing the third step. So what is the third step? Testing of optimality of initial basic feasible solution by using any one of these two methods. Okay, na? After completing this method, so we have to check whether it is the optimal solution or not. So if it is the optimal solution, that is the problem. So if it is not a optimal solution, if the solution is not optimal, revise the basic feasible solution. That means we have to go for step 3. Okay, na? So after completing third step, we have to check whether it is optimal solution or not. So if it is the optimal solution, the problem ends there. So if it is not optimal solution, revise the basic feasible. That means we have to go for 3. So what is the next step? Repeat the step 3 and 4 until obtaining the optimal solution. So this is the transportation algorithm we are having. Okay, na? So if the solution is not optimal, revise the basic feasible solution. After then again go for steps 3 and 4 until to get optimal solution for the transportation problem. So this is the procedure how we can convert a transportation problem into a linear programming problem. And next, by using linear programming problem, how we can solve the problem by using this transportation algorithm. So coming, just go for once again for transportation algorithm. So the first step is balancing the capacity is equal to the requirement. That is the balancing the transportation problem. That is the first step. And next, what is the second step? Obtain the initial basic feasible solution. So to get this second step, we are having three methods: northwest corner rule, least cost method or Ojol's approximate, and third one is Ojol's approximate method. Coming for third step, testing the optimality of initial basic feasible solution. There are two important methods. They are stepping stone method, modified distribution method. Okay, na? So after completing these three steps, we have to check whether the problem having optimal solution or not. So if the solution is optimal, then the problem ends there. If the solution is not optimal, revise the basic feasible solution. That means we have to go for step 3. So that is telling in the step 5, repeating the steps 3 and 4 until obtaining the optimal solution. Okay, so with this we can know how we can convert the transportation problem into a linear programming problem and how to solve the transportation problem by using transportation algorithm. So in the next class we will discuss about northwest corner rule. Okay, na?